Mom and I and Angel and Omar just went for a 53-minute walkie walk. And I think Angel went number 2. Omar did. Omar did. He went 3 today. She's only gone 1. Huh. I don't remember. Alright. I threw mine away and washed my hands. I want to make sure you do the same thing. You're going to love that meal. I love it. I bet you're going to love it. It tastes way better than that fish one I made the other day. Mom. Yeah. My delicious bean cheese, avocado, mushroom, pepper, spices, sour cream meal that I added the leftover salad that I made yesterday. Mom and I we had this big salad. I made those delicious with raw onions and garlic. Joe told me about that. When you doctor it all up, you can eat raw onions and garlic. It's so good for you. I didn't think my mom would like it. She did. She loved it. And I made homemade dressing, like I learned about in that soup diet with the broth and whatnot. I didn't ever go on that yet. Speaking of that, I have a whole thing in there from Sunday night, which cooled off all day till Monday. So we're talking Friday, 4 days. Like I said, I don't worry about shit like that. I haven't touched it, and it's been in the fridge for days, and it's fine. I don't ever get sick. I know people would say, it should only be 2 to 3 days or whatnot. Yeah, well, I never get sick, and I always make these soups and stews and bean dishes and whatnot and have them a whole week in the fridge and nothing happens. Anyway, we just went for a walkie. My mom's having that, and I wanted to create a quick video. I didn't take my shower yet. I think my mama will be fine with, I don't think she'll want to wash her hair under that water, but she could definitely, you can wash, and she could even take a bath if she wanted to. I just didn't wind up going and doing getting the thing, whatnot. We had the storm Monday and you know, into Tuesday, and then it's been rainy, it's been miserable, and I just didn't feel like going to get that. My mom often goes weeks, 2 whole weeks without washing her hair, so she simply doesn't like to wash her hair in the shower. And, yeah, that's her business. Her business. Anyway. The woman who takes care of Angel's back from vacation. She told my mom, she asked my mom, are you gonna continue taking care of Angel? My mom was like, yep. And she told my mom she missed Angel. I know, but she's my mom's dog. My mom deserves to have her dog. Of course you and your husband miss Angel. You love Angel. That's the way it goes. You knew the deal from the moment you took Angel in, that my mom could take her back at any time, and my mom had planned to take her back a long time ago. So that's it. End of discussion. I wanted to tell you exactly what went down last night, okay? I don't know if this is the case with all you guys, or only if people don't upload videos, they still have this page, but regardless. I have a page that says held for review, published comments, and spam. If I click on held for review, it goes and lists all of my latest comments that were posted under all of my videos. So it allows me to just simply go down, see the name on the side, and if I choose, you know, like I'm doing from now on with False Alarmist and Yoo-Hoo, not read the comment and just simply immediately delete it. You think I'm not able to do that? Of course I am. I can avert my eyes from the comment and just, anyone could do that. Anyone is capable of doing that. You're capable of, you could see false alarmist's name, you notice the comment, and it's possible you're seeing a part of it subconsciously but not registering it consciously, and then go into the delete button, okay? But regardless, so I went down, bloop, 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 okay? We're deleting his comments. Then, I was shocked to find out that my long-time so-called, now former friend, but so-called friend at that moment, until I realized what she had actually replied to false alarmist comment that I had seconds before deleted without reading. Okay? Remember, they all show up in my Hotmail though, but I deleted it without reading it. And she had replied to it. Just the fact that she had replied to my enemy and in a reply comment talking shit about me and saying blah 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 to my enemy was bad enough, okay? That was bad enough. And Miss C will back me up 100%. That was bad enough. But then I had to know what he had said. I hadn't planned on reading any of his comments ever again, but I had to know what he had said. Since my so-called friend had actually replied to him and talked shit about me to someone she knew was my enemy, okay? But even had she not known that, okay, let's give her the benefit of the doubt, even though I don't believe it for a second, because I know based on things, I know she knows. She knows who he is. I know she knows, but regardless, I went and found the comment in my Hotmail and read the comment. And remember, if it's a longer comment, my Hotmail is not going to show the whole comment. It just goes blah, 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 and then it ends. It doesn't show you the whole thing, because the whole point is it goes into your Hotmail, but you can click on it and find it on your YouTube channel. Find it on your video if you haven't deleted it, okay? What that means is this, people. What I read was bad enough, but I will never know what he really wrote, the whole thing. I will never know. My so-called now former friend knows what he wrote. And he knows, and that's it. No one else will ever know the whole truth of what he wrote, because it cut off. Who knows? It could have been this long, long comment. Remember, I saw his name, I deleted. Who knows what else he wrote? But I read that she had actually replied back to him. A friend would have never replied back to this asshole. A friend would have not replied back, or replied back with stop talking smack about my friend. She didn't. She replied back. She replied back. He's done the same thing, posted a similar comment under when he noticed, anything in his eyes. If I'm not a good friend to my friends, if I don't take their wonderful advice, or if he says as much right in the comment. This woman, what you've said, I can read you Miss C's, what he wrote to Miss C, you're telling good things to this woman, and she just refuses to listen to reason because she's a blah, 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 blah. Oh, fuck yourself. Miss C was telling me how my mom shouldn't have her dog, and that's not any of Miss C's business. And I have a right to explain the fact that my mom has a right to have her dog, period. But regardless, false alarmist doesn't give one flying fuck about my mother or anything. He just pretends to. All he wants is to see tension and to hate myself and have no friends. That's his raison d'etre. That's his goal. He is obsessed. He watches all my videos. He reads all my comments. And he even replies to my friends if he notices any kind of disagreement going on between me and my friends. That's what he fucking does. Okay? He's a low-life scumbag. But any friend of mine is either going to ignore him or tell him off. Trouble calls herself my friend, and she replied back to him in a comment talking shit about me. I couldn't believe it. I was dumbfounded. Remember, I was already upset that she'd replied to him at all, but then I found out the nature of the comment she replied to. That's not a fucking friend. Period. 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 It's passive-aggressive bullshit. Passive-aggressive bullshit's not a friend. Not a friend at all. Miss C was asking me, do you know anything about her? No, of course not. She doesn't want me to know anything about her life. She doesn't even want me to know her phone number. It's all about that she's just she wants to think of herself as a good, kind-hearted person to befriend the likes of me and whatnot. I don't need anyone's pity friendship. Okay. Karen never gave me her phone number either. But Karen has never, ever once done what Trouble has repeatedly done. You know, just getting all up in my business, even in regards to my mother wanting to give me money that my mom has, that my mom wants to give to me, that it's no funny. She's my fucking mother, and Trouble's gonna be like, what do your mother doesn't need to give you that money. You should be paying for those locks. After all, you don't pay rent, you don't do this, you don't do that. It's none of your fucking business. Just because the fact that I choose to share my life with you guys doesn't mean you have the right to tell me how to live my life. Now again, if it's somebody who I don't view as a friend, oh sure, they're going to say this, that, or whatever, or like, yeah, whatever. I have a right to talk back to them or whatnot, but no, when it's your friend and false alarm is going to say bullshit, but even Trouble has said it, you know, she said it to Bunch Marketing, and then she goes and says it to my enemy. You know, this woman just never wants to listen to reason or whatnot, you know, she won't have a nice calm back and forth, or et cetera, oh, fuck you. You get all up in my business over things that are none of your business. And I take it and whatnot. I mean, I don't start huge fights with you, and I still appreciate your concern and your support, particularly all this crap when I was going through all this shit with Marion and whatnot. I appreciate all of that, and I've told you so. That doesn't mean you have any right in the universe to say anything about my living. And Miss C said it. She said it when she barely knew me. She said it. She said it when she barely knew me. She's like, yeah, she's your friend? Yeah. And she says that to you, Laura? Yeah. She gets all up in your business about how you don't pay rent and you get $1,000 a month and most people don't have that, and you can't possibly be paying as much for organic food as you say you are, and why should your mother have to pay you for the locks when you know, you changed the locks when she was in the hospital? She's just completely ignoring the fact that my mom has plenty of money. Okay? My mom has plenty of money. More than enough. And if she wants to give me money, she has every right to. Okay? If I wanted to really take advantage of her, she offered to get me a fucking boob job. What's a boob job gonna cost? I said, Mom, that's ridiculous, but tell me, what does it cost? You know? I'm not sitting here doing drugs. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But none of that even matters, okay? Because nothing that she has said that's really crossed the line in my eyes or whatnot would ever cause me to not view her as a friend. Okay? But she can't stand it. Even she's like, when I'm replying back to her, it's not like I'm calling her up on the phone and screaming and yelling at her. It's reply comments under my videos where she's made comments that I don't like, and and I have no right to reply back to her. She's going to accuse me of being a bristly porcupine, and she never wants to listen to reason. She turns everybody away with her abrasive nature and this, that, or whatever. She's going to say this to my enemy. Say it to my enemy. Say it to someone she knows based on that comment alone, that I will never know I'll never know the nature of the whole comment because it cut off in my Hotmail, and I'd already deleted it on my thing. I didn't know that. Had I known that, how could I though? Had I still been leaving his comments and reading them, then I would have known the nature of the whole comment, and then I would have found that my so-called friend had replied back to that scumbag. And the things he wrote were horrible. Missy couldn't believe it. She's like, this is your longtime friend? He writes shit like that to you, about you, and she's going to reply back to him and call herself your friend? Yep, Selena, yep. She was just, she couldn't believe it any more than I could. We missed walking the dogs, me and my mom, last night. I was in shock. I proceeded to send all this to Selena, to Karen, and to find other examples of how she is, but none of that it didn't cross the line. It just irritated me, irritated me. Even when she's, you think you could stop talking about the nature of almost pee-pee and poop and blah 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 blah, and I know you're going to do what you want, but it really makes me feel sorry for you. I don't need your fucking pity. I don't need your pity, friendship. I don't need you feeling sorry for me. These are my videos. I can do what I fucking want in them. Like Selena said, you want to create your own channel and have your own videos, then you can control the content of those videos. Leave me be. Okay? You're obsessed. You just love watching my videos. You were watching them for years. And then you want to fucking finally reach out to me in friendship, and then you want to pull shit, just just about every fucking person. No one agrees on anything. That's what makes the world go around. No one agrees on anything. All there is everyone judges everybody. Missy said that instantly too. Me too. Everyone judges I know, and she's gonna. I'm saying something really good that I did. Hugging my mom's church woman and church friend and saying how much I appreciate everything she's done for me and my mom, etc., etc. And of course, Charles will say, "Oh, that's nice," but for somebody who's so quick to judge other people, for someone who wants people to not judge her and accept her lifestyle choices and whatnot, you're so quick to judge others. No, I don't expect most people to approve of. Let's put it approve of my lifestyle choices and etc., etc., etc. You fucking asshole, you fucking bitch. Okay. When I said I appreciate your friendship, it's because I know I'm not normal or whatnot. I don't expect most people to like me. It doesn't mean I go around, it doesn't mean I'm like, okay, well, I have to, I expect everyone to approve. No. You're not so high and mighty. What? I don't have your phone. It's over on the place where we keep all the bills and stuff. Maybe it's in the kitchen. Check in the kitchen by the dog stuff. You know what I mean? That's putting me in a position that that's how that African American, that black woman that I met in the shelter made me feel. Like I'm so fortunate to have her friendship. Like she's so perfect and I'm so imperfect. Meanwhile, she wasn't perfect. Far from it. Okay? Yeah, I get overexcited and agitated and maybe too needy and whatnot or whatever, but she wants to kill somebody and admits it if they look at her wrong. So, so there's things bad about me and bad about her, but she made it out like it was just me and I'm so lucky to have her friendship, etc., etc., okay? I'm not in a position that you're just putting me down, But you expect everyone to, for someone who expects people to approve of her. No, I don't expect any of you. You can go fuck yourself. I know I'm only going to get along with certain people. Okay? And based on everything, I knew from the beginning I would never be able to be real life friends with Trouble. But I probably wouldn't be able to be real life friends with Karen either. because Karen is very religious, even though she doesn't, you know. But so what? You don't have to be real life friends with you, but you can still respect me and not be all up in my business just because I share my business with you, okay? And my mom just turned the phone on, the TV on, so I have to shut this off.